Marvel Studios announced their plans for Phases 5 and 6 at Comic-Con this Saturday, and the news got fans hyped. The lineup includes 2 Avengers movies, Fantastic Four, and a new Captain America film. That's not all though. The comics giant is also bringing back Blade star Wesley Snipes for a surprising return. He's actually voicing a character this time around. Here's what you need to know. Firstly, he's not going to be on camera for the show. That's honestly a bummer to hear, since the Marvel Cinematic Universe probably wouldn't exist if it weren't for Wesley Snipes. The man pioneered big-budget superhero films with 1998's Blade. That film, directed by Stephen Norrington, made waves in Hollywood that we're still seeing today. Before that movie came out, the only projects with Marvel's name on them were Howard the Duck and a bunch of cheap straight-to-VOD adaptations. Snipes basically made superheroes look cool at the box office, and that's no mean feat. Blade kick-started the craze around comic book franchises, which is why our man Wesley is a big part of the genre's history. That explains why fans went crazy during Marvel's Next Big Thing panel at the San Diego Comic-Con this year. The corporation announced that they've begun working on an animated series based on the Moon Girl comics. The show will be called Marvel's Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, and we've just gotten confirmation that Snipes will be voicing one of the characters on the show. We know, that's pretty awesome. Sure, the news isn't as massive as some of the other drops. We got word about something like this being in development all the way back in 2018. The panel basically just reminded fans that it's still happening. The show is just one small part of the wider Marvel universe, so we shouldn't expect too many tie-ins to the wider MCU. That said, the news is really exciting for Wesley fans because it could be his first step on the way to a full comeback. The actor's got a major cult following around the world, so we wouldn't be surprised if that does happen. Honestly, it's about time he returned to the world of comics. His last appearance as Blade was all the way back in 2004 with Blade Trinity. After wrapping up the trilogy, he basically said goodbye to the iconic role. Why? Well, you probably remember that the third film in that franchise was a financial dud. It didn't make much money, and critics said everything about it felt like a cash grab. The whole thing was a pretty sad way to end one of the most stylish Marvel franchises we've ever gotten. Don't lose hope just yet though, because this new animated show might turn out to be a miracle for fans of the character. We're not sure which character Snipes will play, but we've got some ideas. First things first, the actor won't be playing a Daywalker himself, since Marvel's already working on a full reboot of Blade starring Mahershala Ali and Delroy Lindo. Ali's going to be the new face of Eric Brooks, so we're pretty sure Wesley's vampire hunting days are behind him. That said, we could definitely see him playing some kind of mentor character, and that's what fans are hoping for from the Moon Girl TV show. Could the performance carry over to the live-action part of the MCU? Well, we're not too sure about that just yet. The animated series isn't totally disconnected from the MCU, but it's not exactly a part of it either. During the panel, the show's rep said that the project is complementary to the MCU. That means viewers will have a ton of Easter eggs and small references to sniff out, but the story won't have any bearing on the MCU as a whole. This makes sense since Marvel Studios head Kevin Feige isn't a producer on this show. That doesn't mean it won't be a fun watch though. Now, we know what you're thinking. Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur sounds like some kind of kid show, and you'd be right. Our first look gave us the impression that the creative team is targeting a pretty young audience. The panel released a short scene where Lunella, aka Moon Girl, fails to stop a couple of burglars from robbing a store. The 90-second clip was colorful, lighthearted, and definitely for kids aged 7 to 10. Couple that with the fact that Marvel's planning to premiere it on the Disney Channel, and you've got a recipe for a new children's classic. The adaptation of the classic comic series has been in the works for a while at this point. Believe it or not, actor Lawrence Fishburne is the main driving force behind the whole project. The Matrix actor was approached by Marvel Studios at some point to discuss a collaboration, and he told them he was interested in adapting the Moon Boy comics he read as a kid. One thing led to another, and now Fishburne is an executive producer on the new show. He also played Bill Foster in Ant-Man and the Wasp, so he's no stranger to the MCU. The original comics were set in prehistoric times, but Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur is bringing the whole thing up to date. The story follows a young genius named Lunella Lafayette, who teams up with a giant red T-Rex to fight crime in present-day NYC. That sounds like a pretty fun premise, but where's Wesley Snipes going to figure into all that mayhem? We don't know yet, but seeing as this is a kid's show we're dealing with, he'll probably keep his performance light and breezy. He's not the only big name involved, though. Seriously, the cast for the first season is insane. The first season has a stacked list of guest appearances, including Alison Brie, Alfre Woodard, Daveed Diggs, Maya Hawke, and Fishburne as the Cosmic Beyonder. Even Wu-Tang Clan's Method Man is voicing a character. Weren't expecting that now, were you? Now, the most interesting part of all this is that Kobe Smulders is also coming back. You know the actress for her role as Maria Hill in the mainline MCU, and she's apparently going to be voicing a different version of the character in Moon Girl. That's right, the show might be getting into the whole multiverse thing. SDCC confirmed that Phases 4, 5, and 6 of the MCU will make up the multiverse saga, so that could mean Wesley Snipes is voicing a version of Blade from another universe. Pretty crazy, huh? Moon Girl has been in development for years at this point. Production was actually supposed to come to an end in 2012, 2020, but then the pandemic happened. The show will now premiere in 2023, and we can't wait to see what's in store. Let's hope Snipes gets the comeback he deserves, because the fans wouldn't want it any other way. With that covered, let's dig into some other Marvel news. First up, we just got the first trailer for Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Fans will always remember Chadwick Boseman as the definitive version of the Black Panther, and it's safe to say the franchise will have a tough time without him. That said, it looks like Wakanda Forever will be honoring the actor's legacy. The first trailer gave us some epic glimpses of T'Challa's friends and family, with a couple of shots seemingly depicting his funeral. What's more, we finally got to see Dominique Thorne's Riri Williams, aka Ironheart, and Tena Huerta's Submariner. It looks like the film will center around a war between the Wakandans and the Submariner's Atlantean army. It even showed off the new version of the Black Panther, played by Letitia Wright. All things considered, we're really hyped to see the movie this November. Secondly, the release date for Fantastic Four has been announced. It's been a while since Disney acquired 20th Century Fox, and fans have been starving for some new Fantastic Four and X-Men content. Thankfully, the studio has finally answered our calls. The Fantastic Four movie will come out on November 8, 2024, and it'll be the first movie in Phase 6. As of right now, no director has been attached to the project since Spider-Man's John Watts stepped away from the role. Unfortunately for fans of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, it looks like John Krasinski won't be playing Mr. Fantastic in the film. Instead, a leak reports that actor Penn Badgley will be stepping into the character. Let's hope he can do justice to the world's smartest man. Finally, we just got a bunch of new details about Marvel's X-Men show. It's called X-Men 97, and it's a dream come true for fans of the classic 90s TV show X-Men. Marvel's actually getting the original team involved in the revival project, and the story will pick up exactly where the old show left off. That's perfect for fans, because the original series got cancelled before the creators could wrap up all the storylines. Thankfully, the original showrunners, Eric and Julia Lewald, are getting another shot with the new show. The latest season will feature classic characters like Rogue, Wolverine, and Beast, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. We'll find out just how big they go when the show drops in fall 2023. We don't know about you, but we can't wait. That's a wrap for this video. Do you think Wesley Snipes will ever return to his role in Blade? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.